I'm gonna try it.
Let's see if we're up and running, guys. I think we got our YouTube, Periscope, and Facebook up and running. Let's cross our fingers that Kat and I... Well, Mary, we're getting ready to do our talent talk.
I think we're doing great. Yay! Let's
so
see.
Stick around. Stick around because we got some good stuff for you. Hey, Facebook. Welcome, Facebook. Welcome, Periscope.
Did we get there yet? Did we get on Facebook? I know that we are on YouTube and we are live. So hello to everyone at YouTube. Thank you for joining us in. If you guys have any questions, this is Talent Talk. We're just two regular, degular, schmegular managers from New York City.
Yes.
Getting ready to sign a few extra clients onto our roster. But in the midst of Fashion Week, we still have time to chit-chat with you guys. And, you know, have some fun and parlay and do what we got to do.
Absolutely. I think we're having a problem with the Facebook stream.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Together.
Okay.
It says what, I think there's a question there.
What y'all up to? Mary asked what y'all up to, and I was, just letting her know what we've been up to. Oh, golly!
When it rains, it pours.
Ah!
So we're just trying to figure out this whole Restream thing, but let's get into the most important thing of the day and the most important part of our frenzy before we start, and that is to acknowledge our sponsor, The House. Our sponsor for today is Design Pro Co, and you put me crooked so nobody can see my beautiful face anymore.
Yeah. Ooh.
But we need to see the face. We need to see the face.
My bad. There we go.
The face. Today's sponsor is Design Pro Co. Design Pro Co is a creative studio and design house based in Southern California. They specialize in the branding design and development, motion design, and e-commerce development. No, they're not on fire. They're perfectly good.
Right.
They're safe. Okay? I mean, they are on fire. You know what I mean? But no, they're not on fire. They're safe and they're good to go. But Design Pro Co promotes new products and sales directly to CEOs that are ready to go. So make sure that you run over to designpropro.com and get your consultations now. Make sure that you say my name to get 10% off of your next project that you're going to be working on with them. The bad boys will be together on it.
Yes.
So are we ready to go?
Yes, we are. New battery in the camera. Of course, I pulled a rookie move and and didn't put in fresh battery.
What needed to be done.
Right.
So we are live and direct on Facebook now. If you guys can't hear us like audio wise, just let us know. Send a wave. Be like, hey, I can't hear you. What y'all doing? I see
we got good
your
audio.
mouth moving, but nothing is happening. And
Yes. Welcome, y'all. Thank you so much for sticking around while we went through those technical difficulties. And happy Thursday. All right. I know that it was a little bit rat-a-tat, but it's all good in the hood. We are going to get it together now, and we have we have a few things to talk about today.
Right.
A lot of things are changing nowadays, and Kat and I, we'd like to give you our little bit of tea on what's going on. So welcome everybody. Welcome Instagram. Welcome Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. Let us know how we look out there. You can see my air conditioner. All right, well, and I guess we could do like a hunt for like what they could find in the video.
No. Absolutely not. Anyway, for people who are new, I'm Catherine, this is Jasmine, and this is Talent Talk. We have this once a week at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but as you can see, it looks like we're starting at like 4:30.
Right.
If you guys have any questions, we talk about everything in the fashion industry or any type of talent industry in itself, like music, writing, art. But we're mainly in fashion. We have worked hand in hand with models, with model agencies, with production companies, different things.
Yes.
We recently got a model that... Pause. We recently got the cover of a magazine called Horizon T. Make sure you run over to MagCloud and pick that up, and you definitely can see all the amazing work that me and a couple of other people have done to get that amazing work out there.
Yes.
Right. So currently we're getting ready to sign a few clients. We're working with them on hand, and we help them. Oh yeah, this is the magazine if you guys can see it. We're working with them on hand to make sure that they're making the right decision to move forward. As of right now, the fashion industry is in a big digital era. So right now, everything is done through digitizing. Most fashion shows still do not have audiences. It's basically just a few photographers and videographers that are taking place, and the models that are there going to be on the runways where they're recording certain things. But fashion definitely has turned itself into a different direction. And now they're working forward to making sure that, fashion survives what's going on.
How do you guys feel about that?
Right.
Because what do you guys think is the next wave? Like, what do you think could help the fashion industry move forward? Because I'm definitely on the page of digital fashion shows, collaboration. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them do it with the graduation, the 2020 graduation. They did it. They did it with a couple of other platforms where they did digital, like, where they recorded their albums essentially from their own places, which was really cool. I don't know. I see us going in a direction like that where some of those things will be happening. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I think Kat is definitely hitting it on the head.
Right.
Like, where are we going?
Right.
I like the idea of a digital fashion show, but I do like to be in person.
Right. So it's kind of tough because we have to make the decision of what we're going to do moving forward. I personally say let's just prepare in the event that this does become the new norm. So we have to make sure that what we're doing is digitized. I know that the fashion industry is a little more difficult at changing their ways on what they're going to be doing. So it has to be something that they're going to be working on moving forward and trying to jump on board to the new adjustments that are there. I did have a conversation briefly with one of my designer friends currently she's having a little tough time, adjusting to what's going on. But I did notice that she hasn't fully adapted to some of the changes that needs to happen. And one of those changes is actually providing more of mask options to her designs. A lot of people don't really spend too much money on high-end fashion masks, but I believe that, if you have like a fashion company and you're designing an outfit and you want people to jump on board and be a part of, your clothing line at this particular time, I think that should be an option that should be available to your consumers as you're, pushing your next collection forward.
I mean, I do agree in a lot of ways that, yeah, that's the vibe. But at the same time, what do most of us do when we're in creation? We create what we love. And yes, the point is to make money and create what other people are going to love too, right? Mm-hmm. But, where would that go? Do you think this mask thing is going to last like...
I'm not too sure, but I always say that we should just prepare for what's going to be happening next. Mm-hmm. Just because we really don't know. We don't know what's going to be the next thing to come, and we have to make sure that we keep our options open. I do see somebody had put a comment there.
Sergey, greetings from Barcelona. I have problems with my English, and it's a bit difficult for me to understand you, but I love your smiles.
Aww.
Well, thank you, Sergey.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
Mary says, your English is on point, Sergey, so don't worry about it.
Right.
Well,
Google Translate helps you a lot. It does help even if you are just applying to castings or to agencies here in the United States. So try to use Google Translate as much as you can. But when you're applying to castings here, like in the United States, especially New York City, make sure you let them know that English is not your first language.
Right.
So they understand that there is a little bit of a barrier, but that you can still do the job.
Right.
And you'll be amazing at it. So don't worry.
Mr. Williams, welcome, Mr. Williams. It is always a pleasure to hear from you guys. Mm-hmm. It's a pleasure to see all you guys here. Mr. Williams says, did you get the chance to see the fashion show last weekend? I actually didn't get a chance to see it.
I'm going to be honest with you. I did not. But I know you did amazing because I did see the images that you did post after the show. So I know you did amazing. You looked amazing. I seen a couple of other models that I do know, like Gio, that was there with you. So I'm pretty sure you did amazing and you definitely rocked the house. But no, unfortunately, I did not have a chance to see it. The weekend was kind of crazy for me. And this weekend coming up is going to be a little packed for me as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. But you know what, Mr. Williams?
Right.
I think I'll be able to find some highlights and probably video out there of the show.
Right.
So I'm definitely going to be able to do that. And maybe that's something we should talk about.
If they did post the link, like if it was live and they posted it, like if you're able to share that, just send that link to us. And
I feel terrible. Mr. Williams is here with us every week, and we were too busy to watch his show. You know what? We'll give Kat and I a big rat attack.
I deserve that little rat attack.
Yeah, this rat attack goes to Kat.
I do.
So definitely, I do agree that let me digress and go back to what you were talking about. Masks are incredibly important right now. Right. I'm not sure if it's going to last or not going to last as far as the masks go. Mm-hmm. However, I do think hey, is it necessarily should be inclusive in a person's designs? Are we selecting designers as a result of that? Because, I see some pretty badass designs out there that didn't have masks. But, I guess you got to find something that matches with it, right?
Right.
My blue mask matches. No,
it does not.
Well, my black one then.
But this is my little tidbit for fashion designers who are out there who are still having issues with getting aboard and getting new clients, make sure that any designs that you are currently working on, that they do have the option of having a few masks with them, so that people can enjoy wearing your clothing and be safe. Because right now, you want to be fashionable and you want to be safe at the same time. So you have to give that opportunity and option to your peoples, to your clients, to people who trust you.
Absolutely.
So definitely that's a little tidbit. I did place the link for Sherrod Williams' runway show if you guys want to check that out. It is over on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube. Sorry for my Instagram booze.
Right. Instagram is shady. They don't want you posting from one platform with Instagram. So Instagram, you're on like a bunch of different mobile devices over here.
Right. Like that's the one thing I can't stand about Instagram. It's like once you're on Instagram, you're like honed in and there's like, that's it. You belong to Instagram. But I don't mind necessarily just being on Instagram, and that's okay.
Yeah.
What I will say is, though, that this new era that we are jumping into in the fashion industry is definitely exciting. It is new. It can be scary at times.
Yeah.
But you as a person have to be ready for it, because we have to keep the ball rolling, and we have to go with the times of the fashion industry and see what's amazing. I know that right now, the late 90s fashion is what's going to be coming back in soon.
Oh, yeah.
So do prepare for that. You're going to see a lot of stuff like the bright colors.
Would I be telling my age if I talk about late 90s fashion and how many times it came out?
No, I think that a lot of people do a little bit of research of what's going on in the fashion industry. But right now, I think I'm predicting the late 90s. So that era with the sequins and the rhinestones on everything. I think that is going to come back. What I don't think is going to come back is those ugly whale tail thong things that was attached to everything. I don't think that's going to be coming back anytime soon.
I don't want to see any of you guys posting pictures on your Instagram and them thong things with the tail. Not cute. That's rat-a-tat. Don't wear that. That's it.
Yeah. I don't think that that's going to happen.
Right.
But I do believe that a lot of what happens in like the 90s, the late 90s and early 2000s is what's going to be coming back again. I think that's what it is.
I definitely agree with you, because history definitely has a way of repeating itself. And especially during a time where we need a lot of joy and stuff like that, with everything that's happening, I see a lot of that spunky stuff from the 90s. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be honest. My favorite thing were those squishy pants. Those squishy pants without the lining.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, no.
I call them squishy pants. You guys, matter of fact, leave a comment below on what those things are actually called.
Right.
I love those squishy pants.
They make the sounds when you walk.
Yeah.
People wear them in the gym now. I call it like the garbage pants, the garbage man pants, because the material is like garbage bags. But whatever, that is what it is. I do know that Juicy Couture did come back. So Juicy Couture used to be a very big line that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it did become very big. And it's actually starting to make a comeback again now. So you guys keep out for that. If you know anything about 90s fashion, Juicy Couture was definitely a huge staple of
I'm
of that
saying
time.
though, but Louis Vuitton is really getting in on 90s kind of aesthetic. They are really throwing in a 90s hip hop vibe. They came out with those LED Louis Vuitton sneakers. They look like the Reebok pumps,
Right.
but Jordan retro. Matt, do I have the website? I don't know if I have the website.
It was one of the collections that Virgil produced. Virgil has done a lot of stuff, especially with Nike, with Off-White. You know, he also did I think an IKEA collection.
Yeah,
Was it
he also
IKEA?
did an IKEA collection.
So he's been really on a roll lately, and I'm not surprised that he did some really, really amazing work with Louis Vuitton.
The tongue of the sneaker is like the face of an LED watch. I think that's really forward because it's aggressive into another place. LED light up sneakers were a big thing maybe 5-6 years ago. It kind of died out, you know, brought it back.
Right.
And now they just took it to another level because he came out with the LED bag to go with it. It's about $15,000 for the bag.
Yikes.
Jeffree Star hasn't even released how much he paid for his version.
He probably paid a lot because that thing is like not available anywhere.
No, I tried to find them. Yes, I did try to find them, and I could not find them. I was so in love with these sneakers and could not find them. Do I have the link here? I have the link to the website of the designer, which... OMG. And this, you know, it goes back to where the industry is going as far as how they did a show to release these sneakers. They did a show to release these sneakers and there was nobody there. They did like a retro release on here's the website that Jeffree Star released. Enfant Terribles. Don't make fun of my French. I know it was rat-a-tat, but I want you guys to get this link.
It's completely terrible.
I've never been to France.
Anyway, what I would say is there are some new styles of fashion that are coming out. There is one design company, I do forget their name and I do want to apologize for them. I did see them on Instagram, that makes menswear clothing that's wrinkle resistant. It's waterproof.
Right.
And it's stretchy material, but it's all business. So there's ties, there's pants, there's shoes. They're all machine washable.
That is pretty dope.
If you like spill coffee, tea, soda, all of that, it does not stain the clothing. It just bounces like right off. And it's really amazing. And I think the fashion industry is finally past that phase where it's just everything is just glamorized.
Yeah.
And they're going back to their core, whereas we're making fashion that is usable. It has
this is
some
what
kind
we're
of
gonna
purpose.
wear every day. We're gonna wear it every day. We're not gonna just hang it in the closet and it gets put on like once every 10 years.
Right.
You know, everything I buy, I want to wear, and especially if I see it on a runway and it's wearable, I'm really happy with that. And I have some really eclectic tastes, in my personal opinion. I have amazing taste, as you can see with my V-neck sweater, thermal. Shirt.
And so yeah, I do like the direction that the fashion industry is continuing to go into. I know that they break barriers, and sometimes, you know, we try new things and it's not always successful. But I do like the new direction that we are going in. And unfortunately, I think it had to have a pandemic happen where the fashion industry finally looks at it and is like, hey, listen, maybe we should start making more clothes that people can actually use on a daily basis and use for their work or use for different things that can help them out. Like, there are companies who are making business suits and they're also making face masks made out of the material of the business suits, which is amazing.
That is pretty cool.
So it's like if you're at a meeting and you got to be in person, at least you got a suit on and you're looking boss. You're not, you don't have like a plain Jane surgical mask on. Now you got, you know, your little pimping, your little pinstripes.
You know, I get it, and it sounds fairly dope. You know what I'm saying? That you would have the mask that matches with your outfit, you know, because a fit is what makes the person when you're going out, you know? And if they're starting to change the way we look at a runway, I see sales booming in the industry. I see more people coming out, even becoming professionals in the industry and buyers of the stuff that's being created.
Absolutely.
I definitely foresee that because, anybody who's anybody wants to look at things that they can actually buy.
Right.
I
think that's what's happening. That's what's happening now, and a lot of designers are realizing it. And I do appreciate it, and like the shift that is going to be, that's happening at this moment, and it's really amazing and it's really good. I know that a lot of the models right now, they're a little busy because they're still doing shows during Fashion Week. As you can see, we did decide to take this Fashion Week off. So we did not go to any of the shows. We were invited to about a handful of shows, and we decided not to go to them. I actually, got invited to another show today, but I decided
that was a heavy hitter for us, a choice to make, not to be involved in this year's Fashion Week. But
I think that it was the right decision. Sometimes it's too much and it's overbearing, and I don't want to. Me personally, knowing how fashion shows run and being behind the scenes and knowing that you have to be very tight knit, and some shows they just say, "Oh, everybody gets a spot." Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you still have to show up 2 and 3 hours ahead of the show so you can claim the spot. And then sometimes they're like, well, you know what? There's too many people here, so we're going to have to ask you to leave. And that stuff really does happen in the industry.
Yeah.
So I just felt like this particular season was not the season for me to just be, having to deal with that. I'll deal with it next season in February. So I'll see all these fashion designers out there. I'll be requesting press passes to your shows. But as of right now, no. Today, actually, I think is closing night for Fashion Week itself.
Yeah,
there will be a couple of shows that will be continuing to go on throughout the weekend.
Right.
But generally, Fashion Week does start from Thursday to Thursday in September, which is usually the first or second Thursday it starts, and then the following Thursday is when it ends.
Right.
But it's just going with the times. We're adjusting with what needs to be done.
But I think I'm really into that digital fashion show. Mm-hmm. How about you guys? Somebody hit me up and say, "Hey, what's up, Jazz? I'm into a digital fashion show." How because I'm down with that. I'm definitely down with that. If that could push things forward, I'm down with that. But it goes back to some of the stuff that we've talked about in previous videos, which is you got to give the designer their stuff back.
Oh my gosh.
Don't be rat-a-tat. Give the designer their stuff back.
I think a happy medium is if the designer doesn't want to do that. I think that having a videographer and probably like 2 or 3 models, renting out a runway space, and you actually recording the models, do the runway walk, and then you edit the video later, and it looks like a full fashion show when you're actually only using 2 or 3 models.
Top notch.
That's another solution for, if you want to be safe, for the fashion, to still do your fashion show because,
absolutely.
Designers, you need that fashion show because that's your marketing, that's your commercial. Yeah. That's
the marketing for my people and commercial, my models.
Right. And it's going to get the merchandisers who you need. So I don't just not have a show at all.
Right.
But I need you to find a solution for this particular problem while it's happening. We do have a comment.
This is from Mental Shade. I'm sorta okay with it, but some of the things you miss by it being digital is that you cannot see the complete detail of a garment. She said before that, I don't blame you. I took the season off as well and didn't do any casting. Well, thanks, Mental Shade.
Right. But I think that it's true, though. It's absolutely true because there's sometimes I photograph gowns and I look at the picture and I'm like, it looks great. But in person, that gown looks amazing. I'll be ready to spend that $20,000 and be like,
It does take a lot of weight. Beside the garment, what about the photographers who take these amazing photos that you find all over the internet for the whole year until the next Fashion Week? It's a big hitter. But what do we do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where do we go? And I definitely agree. We do have to adjust. But if you guys want to hear about returning designers' clothes, head over to our YouTube. You guys out there in YouTube, smash that notification bell, subscribe to our channel, go back, rewind, fast forward, and pause. Take some notes on some of the things. Don't be rat-a-tat and give the designer their stuff back.
Right.
And I think this is why designers are had been hesitant for this entire pandemic, is that, you know, they in the past, some people didn't give them their stuff back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, essentially at the end of the day, I think that's a big one as far as digital fashion shows. Mm-hmm. But moving forward with a happy medium, I'd still like to be in the presence of people also, right. The designers, the photographers.
Because then you can actually talk to the designer. I know sometimes, you know, the designers write down and express how they feel about the collection and what's the purpose of it. But sometimes actually hearing it from the designer and you talking to them.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It makes a better connection with you and the designer. There's so many more opportunities that you can build just from that one little question, just asking, you know what, I already know, but I already know your inspiration, but I want to hear directly from you. What's your inspiration from the collection? And you can tell the designer is going to be ecstatic talking about it. And you can build that relationship right then and there. Yeah. But you won't get that interaction if you're digitally. Because right now, I'm just somebody behind the screen, and you don't even know if I'm real or not. But
right. I mean, essentially, at the end of the day, you know, that's absolutely true, you know. But what do we do moving forward? Right. You know, I get it, because there are some interactions you can't replace. And that's why the fashion industry is so tight-knit. Mm-hmm. That's why it's still the industry that uses paper and not digitize most things. The only thing you see digital in the fashion industry are pictures and an invite to the event. Right. Those are the only digital things that the fashion industry provides.
Right.
You know? And it's sweet. You know, it leaves passion in a project. And I think it keeps people together. And I guess through all of this, even through quarantine and everything like that, coming out of all of this, it's a really good thing to look forward to. Right. I think people are just afraid. And as time passes, maybe we'll get back to that. But in the meantime, finding some way in the middle of that, you know, instead of, you know, 10,000 people being there, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 or 8,000. No? Okay. All right, fine. Mental shade. We have to accept the change. We have to be grateful. We were able to appreciate and live through it. Absolutely, mental shade.
I think so.
I agree. We were able to live through it, so that you get a zap for that. You are absolutely right. We did live through it. A lot of people did, not everyone, you know. Rest in peace to those who didn't, and bless the families who have lost someone. But, you know, we have made it through, and we got to find a way to keep pushing forward.
Right, and that's the most important thing. We all love this industry. We all love people who make art, talent, and create, you know. And that's the thing. We just have to learn how to adapt to certain things and what's happening with the time. In the event that it does go back, then that's fine. We'll already be prepared for that. But if this is the new norm, we do have to adjust and get prepared for what's going to be happening and what's going to be moving forward.
Absolutely. Mental Shade says, because kids coming up behind us, it will be completely different.
Right. Because the kids are growing up and they're seeing that this is what they're growing up in now. So they think that it's normal for this situation. So, we have to make sure that we're doing the right thing to move forward and make the right decisions. It says press the camera button to activate movie shooting. I guess we're movie shooting. Are we movie shooting?
Is it there?
No, you just took a beautiful picture of me. So right now, Facebook and YouTube are just getting pictures of me, and I hope you screenshot that and save that.
I'm sorry, guys. It was my first time hooking up my Canon as as a video camera.
We're checking out some few things because we're trying to adjust to see how everything is going to work. Moving forward, we're trying to make it easier and possible to you to have the best way that you guys can reach us every Thursday at 4 p.m. at Eastern Standard Time. I know we was a little late today,
sorry, y'all.
We just want to make sure that everything is good for you guys because, you know, we love talent. We love working with people. A few of the people that I'm working with right now are book writers. One is a screenwriter.
Oh, yeah.
One is trying to open an online fashion boutique. And, you know, it's really exciting right now, these next steps that they're going to be taking moving forward. And, you know, we're just here trying to be helpful, push the movement, and make sure that you organize yourself so that everybody can enjoy your talent. And that's what we do. We just make sure that everybody can see the beauty in that.
Did the square come up on the screen?
Yeah, the whole time the square has been following me, but that's okay.
Well, because you're the pretty one. So I guess, you know, we have been working on a lot of things in Kat's castings. You know, like Kat said, we're working with a couple of different people, even vloggers and bloggers, some people that do commentary and stuff like that. So we got a lot of things coming your way. We may even have some comedians that will be... Do they have no respect for our live stream?
I know. People just call us all the time.
Right. So we have, you know, a lot of things coming out soon. And we want to involve you guys, the community. So hit us up in the DMs if you need some help with a consultation or you need some management help. Right. Kat and I are definitely here and are waiting and willing to help you. If you guys want to become a sponsor, you know what to do. Hit us up at Billings at Cats. What is it?
Billings at Catscastings.
Billings at Catscastings.com. And you can help us keep the lights on. I know we're washed out over there. Enough lights over there. But over here, we need some lights. And over here, we need some lights. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope. We need some lights. Mental Shade said, my first time in your live stream, and I've definitely enjoyed, ladies. Aww, thank you so much, Mental Shade. We appreciate you.
We appreciate all the love and all the followers. Kat's Castings finally hit 3.2K followers. I'm excited about that. For people out there, they might think that that's a small amount, but I'm very grateful and thankful.
Me too.
You guys appreciate us enough to continue to follow us. But you know that we love talking to you and we would love to spend all evening with you. But unfortunately, our managers in the background are getting a little restless.
Yes.
So we do have to get ready to go. If you guys have any questions, you know the deal. Send us an email at Catherine@catscastings.com or just hit us up in the DM. And I will see you beautiful people next week.
All right. Peace, y'all.
Bye.
So we going on live.
We going on live.